that screenshot. So yeah.
All right. Well, now we can move on to the main event. I'm sorry, I won't do that. That's I don't know what that sounded. I tried to sound like a bullhorn.
Wait, no, because I have the main event. I have it right here.
So we have Queen Aminata versus KiLynn King. Oh my gosh. Like, I was just like, this is about to be a really good match. And how dare they? How dare they do this to me?
Okay. Going in, who did you think was going to take it?
You see, I felt like it might be KiLynn just because, Aminata obviously got the upper hand last time, and I didn't know if they wanted to kind of like, back and forth it. But that was not the case. But we will get into that.
Yes.
I love how, because I don't think this is something that she did before, but, Queen comes out and there's a crown right on the chair, and then someone places it on her head. I feel like that was the first time I've seen that.
I thought I had a screenshot of that too. Apparently I didn't. I don't know what happened. Watch, they're going to show up in the middle somewhere. I know it.
Surprise.
Uh-oh. Okay, so we have
What's up?
Special guest.
I'm going to be really quick, you guys, because we weren't live on YouTube. So if you're streaming from Twitch, we are live on YouTube now as well. Some minor tweaks. But I just have to give a big shout out to these women. Honed Down Women's Wrestling Army, really changing the mold. Some of our new hosts here at Women's Wrestling Talk. I haven't been able to work with them yet, but we have something cooking in store very soon. So I'm super excited about that. But yes, make sure you guys tune in to Women's Wrestling Army. Just wanted to pop in. Y'all know Queen Aminata. I've seen these two fight live on Battle Slam. They had a match, and it was very interesting because Queen Aminata is undefeated on Battle Slam. But yes, great match. And shout out to Tasha Steelz, too. We can't wait to have her back in Impact. So, yes, y'all are killing it. So I just wanted to pop in and fix some things right quick. So
thank you. We
love you.
Love you. Enjoy the show, you guys. Continue watching, subscribing, following, everything. So, yes, we'll catch you tonight, Impact Wrestling, after all of this, okay?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so you want to hop into it?
Yes, I'm sorry. I got all excited. I forgot my thoughts and everything. Jesus.
That's all right. Here we go.
So Queen comes out with the crown. I love the energy. Like, every time I see her, she just exudes like main character. Just like the energy is just like, and I'm not like, I've only seen a little bit of KiLynn, but the more I see, I'm more invested because the talent is obvious, very painfully obvious. So yeah, it was nice to see this. So immediately they both lock up, which leads to both using their own ways, like a lot of switching through, trying to escape from this move. Then KiLynn, she hits a takedown and transitions into an arm submission, which Aminata reverses with a head scissor because she's just how do you kind of feel about how the whole kind of beginning sequence came about?
I love the head scissors. I really like when Queen Aminata does it because she's powerful in that way. And so it takes a little bit of effort to get out of the head scissors. So yeah.
Especially when you got her legs look so powerful. Like, yeah. Now my head scissors, you would get out immediately.
I got no muscle. Girl, you gotta train them calves, girl. Let's go.
I have enough muscle to walk. That's it.
That's it, girl. Anything else, I'm gonna collapse.
Yes. But moving on, Queen then hits a tight headlock. I mean, her headlock, like, you can tell she got you in there. I'm telling you. And then it was a lot of chain wrestling going on, which I love. I'm always into that. I do it. Queen does her infamous juicy rub. She had to get some juice, which I know was not a pretty scene for KiLynn because she already said there was not going to be any juice. So already the rules have went out the window.
Okay. And then she tried to hit her with her own juice later on. But okay, well, I was like, okay, so you being a hypocrite right now, or you just wanted to hit the juice as well. And you just, anyway.
to get back her hits. I don't know.
Someone shows up with rock. They're beating Shay's head scissors.
Yes.
JD, you were just on fire with just the puns and the corniness today. We appreciate it.
Oh my goodness.
Keep it coming.
So after the juice, the infamous juice, we get KiLynn. She hits Queen with her butt because she wanted to get her juice on her, but it was more like a hip attack, like 2 little hip attack, but it was like subtle. It wasn't like full.
I have a picture of the juice. I thought I had a picture of the juice. What is happening today with my Google
Slide? The juice?
I know I had that in there.
Oh my goodness. And so after that, KiLynn bounces off the ropes and lands a shoulder block, but it means nothing to Queen. She stands there just like, do it again. Do it again and try it better. After that, we get an arm drag from KiLynn. A lot of back and forth again. I mean, you can tell that they've wrestled a few times because they just know each other. They know what to block, what to, they are definitely on the same wavelength in that. Queen tries to fight back. King bounces off the rope. The arm drag. This arm drag sends Queen out of the ring. Now, this is where it starts to get crazy. Queen tries to recollect herself outside. King then tries to go for a kick through the ropes, but Queen scouts it immediately and gets her with a big forearm. So now she's in control. Both women start to trade chops. King hits a kick, which is met with a forearm, another forearm. I'm telling you, Queen Aminata's forearms are very devastating.
Yep.
I mean, my goodness.
This whole sequence outside the ring was, well, first of all, I was like, okay, Queen, so you outside, you need to take a break. And like you said, that's when it got serious, where I was like, oh no. So like we are in, this is not going to be like an easy win. Like we've seen an easy win, like we've seen Queen Aminata, have in the past. But this whole outside the ring sequence, I really liked. Queen Aminata ended up in the audience, in the crowd, and and King gave her like the double chops to the chest. I was like, oh Lord. But yeah, this entire sequence I thought was wonderful. I thought it was smart. Again, coming from my amateur gaze, it was smart seeing, King go inside the ring and then have them restart the count. So I was like, okay, that's smart wrestling. This is what I'm looking for. So yeah, anyway, go ahead.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with everything you just said. And also, I feel like this was the turning point because I feel like it was very 50-50 when they were in the ring initially. But then when Queen was able to whip KiLynn into that ring post and then throw a water bottle, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard the thud. It was audible, okay? I'm like, I don't know exactly where it landed, but commentary said it was on the head, so ouch.
Couldn't really tell. I couldn't really capture it, but we see the water bottle right there on the ground, on the floor.
And I also would like to say the part where Queen kind of gets thrown into the audience and she's sitting there, and then you have her loyal subjects fanning her, as they should. Fan the Queen, okay?
I mean, they should be so lucky.
Talk about it. Now, once they are able to, let me see here. Once they're able to get back in the ring, we get a backbreaker, which leaves Queen on the floor, on the ground, not the floor, because they were in the ring. Queen reverses in the corner and hits a takedown on King. King goes for a failed pin attempt. I was like, why? I didn't feel like that was the right moment. I'm gonna tell you that now. Mm-hmm. Queen catches King in another submission, but King gets her foot on the ropes. We then have Queen hit this painful kick on King. King then spins and then hits and then she hits a neck breaker on King. I was like, oh no, get up, she's getting you.
Yeah. Where is my? Is that? Yeah, I was like, where is that? I thought I seriously, the neck breaker was yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's so much action in here. It's hard to keep up.
It really is. Shout out to the water bottle, yes, for making a cameo appearance.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So diving back in, Queen goes for a double stomp, but misses. King hits a suplex. King and Queen have like a back and forth before King hits a big drop kick off the second rope. It definitely leveled Queen for a good little second. King finally hits the drop kick outside, as that what she tried earlier. That did not go her way, but it went her way this time. I'm still just laughing about the fan that was fanning her. I'm sorry, that was so funny with Queen. Another failed pin attempt by King yet again. So that's when we know things are starting to get wrapped up, because when it goes with the pin attempt and trying to they want to wrap this up. Aminata catches King on the ropes, rolls into a pin, but it was a failed pin attempt, unfortunately. King slams Queen into the mat for a failed pin attempt yet again. You see, there is a pattern here. King goes for a pump handle, but Queen reverses into a knee strike for a pin attempt, another pin attempt. They are trying to wrap it up. How are you feeling about this back and forth at this point?
I mean, like you said, once we get these alternating pin attempts, we know that it's coming to an end. But honestly, at this point, I had no idea. Like, for me, I'm like Queen Aminata, right? That's my girl. Like, I love her. I think that she's gonna win everything. Right? But the closer we got to the end, I had no idea. I had no idea what was gonna happen. Yeah.
No, honestly, yes, because it started getting very intense. So then we go into Queen driving her knee into King's face, who's laid out on the ropes. Queen misses the double stomp and is hit with the Excalibuster.
Who that I watched that pop. I watched that a few times because that was scary, because it looked like Queen Aminata landed right on her neck, and or just in the moment she straightened her neck up, but it really looked like she landed right on her neck. And that's, I mean, obviously terrifying, but I went back and watched it a few times. What did you think? What were your thoughts about the Excalibuster?
I think it's a really awesome looking move, but it was terrifying in this moment because I noticed the same thing. And I think the crowd did as well, because I did hear the crowd audibly say, oh, everyone kind of caught that, oh, that's not good. But, Queen is Queen. So she's always going to get up no matter what. Yeah. So then King goes to the ropes, but Queen meets her with a forearm, followed by a headbutt, a nasty headbutt. I mean, the crown was hitting. Queen then whips King off the top and hits the double stomp. Finally, we get a hip attack and then this brutal kick. I mean, she almost fell out of the ring because of how hard she kicked KiLynn in that corner. How do you feel about that? Because I feel like that was devastating. I would have just been out after that. No more. We done here. Though, yes, I may felt that way. I think it goes to their resilience and their toughness, because they just kept it. Just when you thought that okay, match is over. Nope, not quite. And then this is when I got really excited. I mean, I was excited the whole entire match, but here I was like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen? They kept coming back. And I'm glad that this was the main event, honestly. So. Absolutely. I feel the same way. I mean, it was so good. And that's so true what you say about that ending when it starts to rise up and it's pin attempt. And everyone's losing it with every time someone kicks out, because it's how are you kicking out from this? How? So moving back into it, after that devastating kick in the corner, Queen went for a pin. Obviously, it was a failed attempt because I feel like it's going to take a little bit more to put King out. King then rolls Queen up for a quick pin, trying to get one of those quick little cheeky pins. It didn't work. Then they start trading not the rolls, the ones you like, the rolls everywhere. Oh my goodness! I was okay, well, somebody got to stop. Then hits a kick to the face of Queen, which kind of knocked her out for a good minute on the ground. And I was like, oh, okay, this is not looking good. I'm scared. It was a failed pin attempt though, because again, the queen be queening. Queen don't go out like that. King then starts hitting multiple chops on Queen. I mean, and they were really painful. Queen then hits a quick pin out of nowhere. We have our winner, Queen Aminata. I was shocked that it ended like that. I don't know if I'm happy about it, or I would have liked it to be more like, you know, a finisher and then boom. But you know what? The match was terrific. So I'm going to stop complaining.
I mean, I thought it was a quick ending as well. And the shock on KiLynn King's face, she couldn't believe it either. So, but you know, shout out to Queen Aminata. She took it. Just like I thought she would.
Oh my God. But you know what? I feel the same way. Like, I feel like this means that this is not the end. I don't think this is the end of this. Definitely
not the end. But Queen Aminata, she had to work for this one. Not like she doesn't work for all the other ones, but this one, I truly believe it took a lot out of her. You could hear and you could see the frustration, like those guttural, like, ah, yeah. I'm like, well, but you did it. She did it.
And she does.
Yeah.
How long was that match? I feel like it was an extremely long match as well.
That was, I feel like, I think that was probably close to like a 20-minute match. I want to say, because I think the first match, the episode was like 39 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, they had their commercials and then the first match, but I think it was close to 20 minutes.
It felt like it. Mm-hmm. But then I would have wished it was 21 minutes. So that ending could have been different. But again, I'm not complaining because I know that this means this is not the end. I don't think it's the end just because of how it ended. And I'm just literally, I can't do it now, but I would be smiling ear to ear when I see that next time because they have such good chemistry. And I really, really enjoyed watching that match. Start to finish.
Yeah. Same. Okay. So before we go, I want to know, you know, Tasha Steelz, she put a call out. Who do you think from who we've seen so far, like, who do you think is going to be the one to take on the challenge and be like, Tasha Steelz, I am coming for you? Or who would you like to see? Even if I would
like to see, I would say Janai Kai. I don't know why that name just comes to my mind, but I feel like it would be Janai Kai that would answer it. I feel like Janai Kai is always down for the antics. So, but listen, whoever it is, I have so much faith in this brand and the matches that they have, you know, provided since I started watching. I know that they're going to put on a show either way. So, who would you say though?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I would love to see. I should have had an answer. I don't know. I thought I had an answer in my brain. Who would I love? You know, I am gonna listen. I'm just gonna put it out there. I want to see Tasha versus Max, the Impaler. I do. I know. I would love to see, because Tasha Steelz, again, she's really great. She's a smart wrestler. And I just constantly want to see how these wrestlers are going to win against such brute force with Max. So I know that's probably like an odd pairing for this so far, but I don't know. You never know what will happen.
I mean, I think having a good match, like, for sure, that's a great pairing for having a good match. I'm worried because what I would say is that is a big hurdle to climb, especially when you're in the process of refocusing. Just thrown right into the deep end.
Baby steps. But I mean, what better way, right? Like, what better way to just be thrown in the deep end? That's how you learn to swim. You sink or swim, right? Is that how that works? I don't know. I
think I've heard it like that. I think that is how you say it.
I don't swim. I couldn't tell you, but you know, I would sink. But Tasha, I have faith in you. You would swim.
I agree. But let's maybe make that the fourth match.
I'll come back. We'll see what next week brings. And yes, JD, I love a world where someone named Max the Impaler is a baby step. I mean, you know. And yeah, we'll come back. Let me see next week. Let me see what next week's episode brings, and then I'll have someone else in mind. How about that?
All right, we can have time. We could even say right before, the match when we talk about it or something. But I'm excited either way, and I really enjoyed this episode. It was 2 really, really good matches, and it has the first one I feel like was more story based. Like there's a story there, I feel like with Queen and King, it was like, just in ring, it's like, bragging rights. There's no like, I don't think they have visceral hate for each other, as opposed to the first match. I feel like they definitely do not like each other. Missa Kate and Alex Gracia, no, hard. They are definitely against. So I like there was a good balance of story, and then also, great matches as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. I agree. So. Before we go though, I know, right? Sorry, I did not mention this before we started, but before we go, I think Maria Kanellis Bennett, I think she had a birthday, right? Recently. So happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Maria. Also, check her out on Ring of Honor and some of our other Women's Wrestling Army wrestlers. Ring of Honor starts today, and I believe at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 4 p.m. Pacific if you're on the West Coast. And I think there was, what else? There was one more thing. Oh, Ashley Dubois. Congratulations to her. Because we were talking about how much we loved her, and she had been offered a contract with AEW. We're waiting to hear more about it. So congrats to her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She made me a fan so quickly. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't deny when someone just is, gifted, and you can see it. You really can't. So I'm just happy for her and just seeing every positive thing that could happen. So I can watch her wrestle wherever, everywhere. Okay. That's what I want. But where can we find you?
I am on Twitter at Aisha Watches. I'll be tweeting about the stuff that I'm watching for the most part. Again, it can be sporadic at times, but I'm doing my best. But yeah, you can check out my shenanigans there. Where can we find you, Shay?
You can find me at ShaySawyer _ on most platforms. You can also catch me at 7 p.m. right back here for the NXT Aftershow with In Cat We Trust. So then I will go through the whole list.
No! It's cute. Like, people love to see the pets in the videos. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm always scraping my style, this lady. But that's where you can catch me. And at 7, then I will give the whole list. So.
Wait, what whole list?
Oh, the whole list of where they can catch me. I'll go down the whole.
Okay, I got you.
I want to go through the spiel, all the time. They're like, you already said this. So
that's to entice you to go watch.
You know what? That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Catch us at 7, because we'll be yelling. Grace and Waller will have us yelling, so we will be yelling. But that is the end of this episode, Queen versus King. So good. And thank you for everyone that came out. Thank you, JD, for your great puns. We love your puns. And we will see you guys next week.
Before we go, this is a Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Bam!
You have to say the accent next time too. But that's too much Love Island for me. But yes, have a good day, everyone, and be blessed, be well, and again, happy birthday, Maria!
Yay.
T-1 minute.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.